Alright, just like that, another game. This one is apropos the conversation that I had in just a video. I guess not really a conversation, more of a monologue I had in the last video about the strength of Zur versus this guy, Narset. And I think this game, I'm recording it actually because I think this game kind of encapsulates exactly what I was talking about. I'm mulliganing on the play, I think, into fairly clunky hand actually, but it does have Force of Will and Treachery, which of course is garbage against Narset, as they don't tend to play any creatures you can steal. But I am on the play at least, and have serviceable mana, although unfortunately this doesn't get second blue source while getting black. But no one's perfect, so what can you do? Let's see what happens here. Turn one, top. Alright, that's not a Soul Ring. That makes me happy. I'm just going to leave this here. I obviously don't want to fetch, because I'd have to get a scrub land, or or the other one, the other black-white. Okay, that's good. Second blue source. Now I can safely get a scrub land. So 2 mana, Jete. I could care less about that. Condescend's quite nice too. See, that's the thing. Zur gets to play all these reactive cards. Look at all those counter spells. Narset has to play with garbage like Time Walk for 5 mana and big enchantments and sorceries that cost tons. Just clunky spells left and right. Alright, there's, is it Signet? That's definitely getting condescended, because I want to dig a little deeper here. See if I can get something to activate with my workshop. But this is so strong. Like the fact that I can just drop Zur against a tapped out opponent with Force of Will as a backup. Really brutal. Oh yeah, and on the top, I'm actually not sure. There was some other fairly useless card in a Fabricate, so we're definitely taking Fabricate. Because Fabricate plus the workshop is the other half of my Zur combo. So I'm going to activate that and go get a scrubland. Sorry, I clicked through that again too fast, but maybe you guys can pause the video in the 2 frames that my deck was visible. Alright, 4 mana, Zur. Does not cost 6, it costs 4. That is quite important here. Alright, he's tapping 2, replaying his top and using it. Oh, I get to attack. That's probably bad for him. And there's another reactive card. I'm going to play that first, since it doesn't really matter. Ah, okay, here you can look at what I've currently got together. Let me stretch it out a bit here. So there's the enchantments. Aura of Silence, Copy Artifact, Detention Sphere, Necro, Rest in Peace. I think this aura should probably be something a little more flexible. The ability to lock down multiple artifacts doesn't hardly ever come into play. It has a more expensive casting cost, and obviously it doesn't remove permanents other than enchantments and artifacts. So I think I'm going to switch this over to probably just an Oblivion Ring or a Banishing Light. The other 4 I'm obviously very happy with. This is fundamental to the combo. Necro is how the deck actually wins. Detention Sphere is just all around good, although in many cases it's been worse than Oblivion Ring, because I've actually had to remove a permanent that of the same type I had in play, like a Soul Ring, which kind of sucks. Copy Artifact, universally awesome. And the rest of the deck, just typical, almost paint by the numbers, black, white, blue, good stuff. Just been balancing out the amount of reactivity and proactivity. What's nice is that the deck actually does have a bit of a backup plan. If you don't get the Zur thing running, or if the combo pieces get banished, you still have Future Sight, Tezzeret, Top, all that shenanigans to win alternative path. Though it rarely comes to that. The one card I really think I actually want to add that keeps coming up is probably the Expedition map. And though it's a little bit win more and a little bit greedy, if you're able to get Necro out with Reliquary Tower, obviously that's just totally insane. Although you don't generally tend to need it, but there's something very disconcerting about drawing 25 cards and then discarding nearly all of them. But if I could fit an Expedition map in here, I mean, it's so good anyway, because you can set up it just gives you more access to the Crucible Strip Mine combo. And with all the other components and all the tutors and stuff, it's usually pretty easy to put that together, as you've seen probably in the Aloro deck a bunch of times. So, I don't know. I don't think I've actually cast Supreme Verdict once in all these games I've played, and I've probably played 20, 25 games so far without playing it. I've been putting it on Chrome Mox a bunch of times, because it makes Chrome Mox blue-white. But other than that, it hasn't really been useful. Anyway, I am getting Murkrow, of course, because it's the best card in the game. Well, short of maybe Soul Ring and Mana Crypt. I'm going to pay... Yeah, I think I'm just paying 9 here, because my hand is so good anyway. And I've already got the Fabricate. There's no reason to just go crazy. I kind of just want to get a few big artifacts to play off the workshop to ramp up to enough mana to fabricate into the helm and just protect it. So we're just throwing away a bunch of junk. What did I throw away here? Huh. That's interesting. I guess they're... Oh yeah, they're getting removed from the game, so just throwing away all that stuff. There they go. Pretty simple. Alright, so here he goes. Chrome Mox himself. And look, 2 turns later, he's casting his 6-mana commander. But it costs 6, and Zur costs 4. And Zur is just better. Memory Lapse. I'm shocked he didn't just concede right there. I'm going to bounce the Chrome Mox just because I don't have any other use for the Cyclonic Rift. And that effectively is killing a mana source, which I'm always into doing. Water Grave, Mana Crypt. And I actually have enough mana to do the whole dirty deed right now, thanks to Workshop. So we're going to fabricate into Helm of Obedience. Helm comes down. I even have a counterspell as a backup, in case he had some miracle, Force Will. Zur fetches Rest in Peace. Away go the graveyards. And Helm on the opponent for 1. Gobble. 0 cards left in deck. You can actually see what he's playing here, which is rather interesting. I love this interface. It's so tiny. You can kind of see right there. His deck is definitely just solid. I mean, it's all the good stuff you'd expect to see. Lots of fetch lands, good counter spells, scroll rack, dual lands, strip mine. There's a Workshop, Greaves. He's got, there's Karn. He's got a few reactive cards. Unexpected. What the hell is that? Oh, not very good with Narset. It's Mana Drain. Treasure Cruise. Usual suspects of Planeswalkers. Lots of Planeswalkers. There's Armageddon. Yeah, pretty much what you'd expect. I mean, it's just like the same thing. Double Armageddon is kind of interesting. Spanish and white. But whatever. That shit's all out of the game. And the game is over. Just like that. I mean, this is not a conclusive game by any measure, but it's a pretty good demonstration of just how much better I think the Zur deck is than the Narset deck is, if you want to go that route. Black is absolutely a stronger color than red in EDH. There's no question. Like, red has just a tiny handful of spells that I consider tier 1 viable, and they're pretty much all in my Nin deck. And black, on the other hand, has Necropotence and Mind Twist and Duress and Thoughtseize and other awesome cards like Vindicate. Anyway, there'll be more games to come, and hopefully it'll be more demonstrations of me beating up on dirty Narset. See you guys soon. Bye.